3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Welcome, fellow Forex traders. I'm a little behind the 8 ball this morning. Was looking at something very deeply, and I'm not ready to share my mobile screen yet. So we're going to go to the pause. Let's start out the pause. A lot to talk about this morning. For whatever reason, I got a lot to talk about. Let me make some adjustments here. There we go. See that little angel halo behind me? I'm not an angel. I am of the devil. So let's look at the free signal. We'll start with that, but I need a second to activate this. Normally I do this beforehand, but a lot going on in this brain of mine, in this degenerate gambler's brain of mine this morning, and I just need to launch something here. So you'll also notice, and maybe I should start with, let's see if, okay, cool, it's working. Maybe I should start with this idea. Let me give you a disclaimer other than the one you just saw. Let me share this. Is that working? It's working. Hey, look, I know what I'm doing this morning. Seems like the end of the week. It's only Wednesday. I think it's because I've been hoping that this news that launches in, we'll take a look, launches in 1 hour from now. It launches at, let's just say 1 hour from now. Okay, it's currently 11:03 a.m. Mountain Time. That means that it is, did I do it on here? Let's look. That means, where is it at? That means it's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Kind of an odd time for them to be announcing USD news. Stand by, one more little pause screen. I'm going to pull something up here. Make sure I don't share anything inappropriately. Yeah, here we go. Take a look at this. I've been having trouble setting this forexfactory.com time. It shows that it's 1:03 p.m. So this is showing in Eastern Time. I really don't know. You know what? Let me try something here. I am currently on Arizona time or Mountain Time, which does not, hold on, here it is. The way, when I go to forexfactory.com, it's a good idea to pay attention on how to set the time. It's over here on the left, typically. If you see my mouse, let me see if I can draw on this. It's over here in this area. Click on it and set it to your local time. Anywho, 11:04 a.m. for me. So I also want to do a sort here, and I like to get rid of the gray, the yellow, and the orange news. Apply the filter. I really don't want to see the red stuff. So what we're looking at here, again, in less than an hour, 55 minutes or so, we're getting this, we believe. Actually, I'll also be very transparent. We want this to move the gold market in that direction. I don't know. I'm going to show you a very technical analysis, which means I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? And I took this from someone else that knows what they're talking about, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, don't get too tied in to anything I'm saying. And then again, half hour later after that, we've got, why is that moving around like that? We've got this 12:30 FOMC press conference. I hope, I hate to say the word hope. I'm not a believer in hope. I do not buy into hope. I ought to pick a better word because I'm really talking to people that live by hope. If you live by hope, I've always told people I believe hopium is a drug. Hope is an empty box that you carry around. The lid is open and you carry it around. And what you hope is that other people will fill it up for you. That's hope. So that immediately describes what hope really is. And it also says that if you want something to happen, you're gonna have to go around, pick stuff up, and put it in your box. Okay, do it yourself. That's not hope. That's called hustle, action, things like that. So I desire the price to go up on gold because it has tanked. But frankly, given the low volume of this month, the end of the year, I don't, if I'm carrying around a box, an empty box, I don't believe anybody's going to put anything in it for me. So gold, we'll talk about that. Free signal, this is also very indicative of what the market is doing. It's doing nothing. Merry Christmas. Christmas is a week from today? I think so, yeah. That means my birthday is on a Thursday. Great. That's just fucking great. In fact, let's go look at the calendar. I think that's actually true. Yep, my birthday is on a Thursday. Terrific. Loser. AUD, NZD sell trade. We've been in it since the beginning of the week. Probably since Friday. I'd have to look. What was the entry date? It was the 12th. Seriously? It was last Thursday. We've been in this trade a week? Are you serious? I guess we have. That's insanity right there. Market's not moving. And I said it yesterday. I'll say it in a different way today. People that come into Forex and say, what do I have to bid and trade and do to make X dollars per week? You have to be reincarnated to be able to do that. Because right now, there's literally not a trade in the market that is of any significance. And here's why I say that. Doesn't mean we're not getting a little bit of movement. We'll go look at the overall algorithm and the overall system right now. But you're probably not in those trades because you probably don't have a big enough account to take a volume of trades. When you take a volume of trades, you're saying, well, give me anything. I want volume. And at that point, you will get burnt in a market that's moving. And guess when it starts to move? Overnight, randomly, after 3 weeks of lulling you into a bunch of trades that you maybe shouldn't have been in. Be patient. Look at your results over the long term, 30 days. And hold your profits in Bitcoin. I'm not a financial advisor. This is all entertainment. You'll probably lose it all. I won't. Do you see the difference there? You'll probably lose it all. I won't. I'm doing what I'm doing at my own advice. Take your own advice. You could do what I'm doing. Let's go to the overall algorithm. Going to be pretty short today probably, but I did create a bunch of bullet lists just before I went live. We'll go take a look at those. Let me pause here. Let's look at the overall algorithm. It is coming up. We are currently, and this kind of gives you an idea. What were we yesterday? We've been about $300 drawdown on the overall algorithm. And this is not indicative of what would be happening in your account. This is the algorithm running. This is the algorithm that we pull signals and trades from, because your account's probably not big enough to handle 22 currency pairs at a base bid entry, trade entry lot size of 0.10. Excuse me. Too much coffee already this morning. So what are we? 24 trades and a closure of, again, if we've been $200 to $300 drawdown and now we're $800 drawdown, all that means is they've dumped some money in the market. It's moving sideways. It's holding. Probably just setting up so they don't have to do anything next week. Okay. Back to the history, $77 for the day the entire market bidding $1.77 today, a brand new person's going to look at this and go, I'm all in. I'm going to start bidding 100x. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. We're in a crazy time. So $2,568 for looking back over the week, and then for the month, $10,969. The algorithm works. It ends in nothing but net profit. What will you do with it? You'll probably screw it up. But what will you do with it? I don't know. You'll do what you want with it. I always tell people, and it's very hard for them to fathom, I'm going to give you a trade that's going to win. Will you win in the end? I don't know. Will you overbid? Will you have the skill set to go, I did overbid, but I can hedge and protect my account? Like, what will you do? I don't know what you'll do. Let's go look at, let's see if am I ready to look at gold right now? Let's go look at something. A lot of pain in the market right now due to gold. It has pulled back and pulled back and pulled back, and then just let that echo about 15 more times, because it's pulled back. I don't control the market. From adversity comes opportunity for a guy like me. I don't know about you. Most people, from adversity comes quitting. They're just, people are quitters. I'm not being a jerk. They just quit, right? I don't quit. Something I will mention. Let me pull up the account first, and then we'll get into my rant on gold. Let me pull up gold, because you don't want to see my trade. It would scare the daylights out of you. You'll be able to see a little bit of it on the chart. Let me share this. So I'm looking at the 4-hour. Why the 4-hour? Seems to be that gives me the best visual on this current move. As you can see, we are in a block here, a channel. Okay, we're just going sideways. We entered this block. We touched the bottom, touched the top. We're touching the bottom right now. And that is what these big bank algorithms do. This entire thing is called, I like to use acronyms. This is called an SM, okay? This is called a sucker's move. You might even call it a sucker's entry, okay? Because all they're doing is they're ranging here. And it's funny because there is absolutely no way to know what to do. But people are told to do this. If it breaks out and starts to move, enter a sell. Or if it breaks out up here and starts to move, enter a buy. A lot of times, if you do that 50% of the time on that breakout from the range, it will move away. It'll move out, and then like this one will move out the bottom and then go all the way through the roof. Or it'll move out the top and go all the way through the floor. So that kind of leads me to tell you, people start to speculate as much as they can. The only speculation I've done is what I can see. We are at a resistance level here. We want it to go somewhere up here. Okay? That's what we want. That is not a phallic symbol. Do not get weird on me. Okay? Don't get weird on me. We're looking down here. So the idea behind this is that I keep looking for the bottom. That's my logical brain. It's probably not realistic. We have no idea what's going to happen. The only thing is, I truly believe they're waiting for this news. It's about 45 minutes, maybe because I won't be live that long. Maybe I'll go live in the group, what's called the live stage, and we'll do a gold suicide watch in about 45 minutes, and we'll do it for about 30 minutes or so. Because people have gotten into this trade manually and or through my algorithm. If you look at the big picture, this is right at a level, a historical level that bounces up. It is. How fast will that happen? Is there enough volume in the market in December? I wish I knew. I'm going to share with you a top analyst's chart right now. First, let me pull this up. Yeah, check this out. This is a top analyst chart. I shit you not. You can start laughing now if you want. But as you can see, they're saying that the price might bounce up and go, or it might bounce up, pull back, and go down. That is the actual analysis here. That's it. That's all we got. It might go up, might go down. What's so funny about this is that this is funny. This is pure comedy to me. The person that posted this trades gold a lot, and they're serious as hell. Here's what it could do. Wow, you're a genius. This guy's a genius. I will bet you 50% that this guy is right. I'll bet you that. I put money on it. I put money on 50% of this is correct. There's no way to know. There's no speculation. The one thing that we typically do know, and we're going to get proven right or wrong today. Let me come back to, let's see, how do I do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to minimize that. There we go. There's no way to know. Like I said, we'll potentially do a suicide watch, a gold suicide watch inside of the group. If you're in the Discord group, fxwithterry.com, join for free. Don't you want to have some fun? I'm getting actually quite a few people joining here in December. If you're watching, and I hope you are and you're paying attention, ease into this, okay? You're going to look at current results and current trades, and you're going to go, this doesn't look that exciting. It's because the market's not exciting this time of year. It's just not. It is what it is. You know, those people are always dangerous. So if I go to the 30-minute, ultimately what you've seen is nothing but just pure drop. Just drop, and I don't know where it's going to go. It's not as visually telling on like the 30-minute, but certainly even if I jump up to the daily, do you see where we're at here? Do you see, let's go a little bit left. Remember how I told you everybody that goes left on the chart is a scammer? Look at this price action. We've got very specific price action right at where we're at on every one of these candles. Price action here, wick here, candle here, wick, pulls away, we enter, and it drops away. It feels like, based off of what you're seeing here, we're at the bottom. It truly feels like that. Look what happened earlier in the month, where you got this huge drop, and then the price. Yeah, the price. That's my special word. The price slowly retraced. Is it going to do that now? Who knows? Not going to lie to you. Not going to tell you it is. Not going to tell you it isn't. Not going to tell you that this candle couldn't go down here and then off of the screen and then across your desk, down over your lap and down on the floor and then back down the hallway into the bathroom. Maybe that's where it's going. I don't know. But we trade it. We trade it. Let's go look at this. So I'm in the group here. Announced the live this morning, and then I said, let's look at some of this bonus content, because there's not really many other trades to look at. Everything that we've entered is just sitting there. Other than some gold drop, it's just sitting there. So one of the important bullet points I said is Santa trans? Okay. And I said I'm going to do a live interview with the Clausmeister. All I can do really is show you this. Santa, here's what Google says. Santa travels transcontinentally. Okay. Santa is absolutely trans. There's no doubt about it. And they said on his Christmas Eve mission to deliver presents to children around the world. They talk about his route, his tracking, even a phone number where you can call NORAD. So I wanted to answer that question for you guys. Yes, Santa is trans. He's transcontinental. So unfortunately, I was not able to get him on the phone today. The next thing I wanted to talk about here, I said the Gambler's Guide to the Forex Galaxy bonus round. It really buys into probably this bullet point and the next one where I say the only lot size you should ever bid on gold. It's also similarly, in fact, exactly like the same lot size you should trade on US 30. Only ever a 0.01. Otherwise, you wreck your accounts. If you've bid anything more than a 0.01 on an account less than $50,000, you're a degenerate gambler. And I hope you know how to hedge. That's the fact. Now, a lot of gold talk this morning, right? I said a new gold algorithm is coming. What's the best way for me to say this? My current algorithm on standard currency pairs is the shit. It's the best. It's the best out there. Never loses. I am going to do a version of it because my current gold scalper is nowhere near. It's just a different level of programming, right? But I'm thinking to myself that gold, I kid you not, I have never tested my algorithm on gold. Never. I think back in the day I put it on US 30 and US 30 just wrecks accounts. So it's just kind of stupid to trade it. Gold is somewhere in the middle between a standard currency pair and US 30. Gold resides somewhere in the middle in terms of volatility, in terms of certainly headed towards the volatility of US 30, but certainly much more than the top volatile pair, GBP, JPY, for an example. So I'm considering, and I'm going to run that probably starting today or this weekend, and I'm going to run it on a very close, 99.9%, really 100% version, if I really think about it, 100% version of my main standard currency pair algorithm. When I developed a scalper, that's what I wanted, and that's what we call it, gold scalper. But you can see that if the price action doesn't agree with it, it can't scalp. And it has to go into what you would call a dollar cost averaging trade. And that kind of trading with gold can be dangerous if the algorithm is still searching for scalp trades, if that makes sense. If you're going to dollar cost average with gold, I really need to put it on a dollar cost averaging algorithm, which the current scalper is not that. It has a flavor of it, has a hint of it, but not really. The big thing about the difference between scalping and doing what you might call a standard dollar cost averaging trade is that the algorithm is looking at, not on scalping, but a standard dollar cost averaging algorithm. The AI, the algorithm, the bot is searching for volume. And before I get in too far, I don't want to get into all technical on you. It's searching for volume. And our current algorithm is not doing that. So in this current, drop through the floor volume that we're getting on gold, I just have to tell you that I'm going to do some testing in the next couple days. I just don't like what gold's doing right now. I don't like what gold's doing with our current scalping algorithm. I just don't. It is what it is. Let's come back here. There we go. Not really much left for me to say. Not much to talk about, even if we jump over to my current test. Speaking of that, let me pull up the test and I'll talk about this. Technically, at this point in our trading, my feed called the OPP, or One Profitable Pair feed, technically, if you look at it, this is a fully, and this is and will be a fully managed automated trading algorithm. You go in, and who's it managed by? It's managed 99% by my algorithm, my new auto hedge, and of course by me puppeteering the whole thing. There's a few strings hanging off my fingers. I think it's the future of stability. It's the future of focus. We just let it trade, and we manage at potentially a higher risk level. Like, look at this particular, this is one I wanted to look at. This is my test account. We've went into CHF JPY sell. I went into a very heavy lot size. You can see that it's hitting one trade in a $10,400 account. One trade is hitting the margin level percent, which is what we look at 4,475. But this thing is absolutely sideways. Look at it. When you look at it on the day chart, we are absolutely in a range here. If my pen will work, we are in a range here. We did an entry, and you can see the take profit's pretty close. If I zoom in, let's go down to the 15-minute chart. See if I can see it here. Yeah, I can't see it. I'm going to have to go to the 30-minute. Nope. 1 hour. Okay, here we are. You can see the sell entry, and let me erase this. The sell entry and the take profit. And this is a 1 hour chart, so it's really not that far. We got a nice pullback, but notice that my algo did not enter another sell. The volume is just not there, which is what is expected on this currency pair. This is very normal volume. My algorithm will start adding in dollar cost averaging trades when the volume's like a hell of a lot more than it normally would be. We're not just, and that's where people, oh, you're dollar cost averaging. Not really. We are. That's a form of drawing. Literally, it's just a form of drawing the take profit closer. When we get a huge amount of volume push, even though this pulled back, there's not enough volume there for my algorithm to go, oh, that's very normal. That's a very normal movement. What is a normal movement? If you go here, and what is this? Chief JPY, CHF JPY. Let's see, I'll pull this up, and we will go look at this. MATF.net, Forex, volatility, standby, sort pips, and what did we say? CHF JPY. Where is that here? Okay, bunch of ads on the screen, freaking out my mouse. CHF JPY. Look at that. That's at 132. Yeah. So I would not have known that without looking. So on average, over the last 10 weeks, it moves 132 pips. Now, if I go shorter, let's just go 4 weeks here. Let's look over the last month. Here it comes. Sort by pips. CHF JPY. Where's it at? Where's it at? Here it is, down here. Actually, a lot more. 156 pips a day. Literally now, JPY is the third highest moving pair. GBP JPY, Euro JPY, and CHF JPY. So that's a big mover. What that means is if we come back here, that the algorithm knows it has a potential of moving 156 pips a day, and this is not indicative of being outside of those parameters, so it's not adding another sale. That makes sense? Has a lot to do with volume and push. It's counterintuitive. This is not a wrong entry. You have to understand that. This is not a sell entry right here, and then, oops, we got it wrong. It's the algorithm wants this. It wants to scale in and pull that take profit higher because that volume is drawing it that way. It's like this. If I take a rubber band and put it between my fingers, and I put it up against my face and I pull it back a little bit and let go, no big deal. You pull it back out here, you can't even see my hand. You pull it back out here and I let go, what? That's a strong, powerful reaction. My algorithm is looking at that. It's looking at that volume. So in the realm of trading that way, like I said earlier, what's the best, most perfect lot size if you're going to trade gold? 0.01. 0.01 per $50,000 in your account. And if you feel like you have to be a degenerate gambler, you can do that, or stop trading that pair. Because it will wreck you at some point. It will. Your only saving grace is hedging. And what I get a little tired of is telling people that on a daily basis, and then people getting their account in trouble and going, when should I hedge? You should have practiced that already. Luckily, with my new auto hedge, and it's built right into the OPP, the one profitable pair feed. And side note, if you're trading at a U.S. broker, go move to the 10 pip hybrid feed, because you cannot do hedging on your account. So the OPP is really what I believe probably could be the flagship trading feed in the Forex market. Certainly my flagship feed, because technically it's fully managed. Doesn't mean you can't lose, because I don't know what your bid is. I don't know how much you've over-risked and over-traded. I see a lot of people take the one profitable pair feed and bid a conservative amount and then add a bunch of manual trades on top of it. Then they're in trouble. Has nothing to do with my algorithm. Has to do with humans trying to get rich overnight, not having any experience. I mean, listen, following my daily rant here will give you some insight that you just didn't have on your own. It just will. It's as simple as that. Just because I've been doing it longer than you potentially, or the people that are here that have been doing it longer than me, typically need a little bit of mind virus eradication. Just had someone message me last night, and the conversations are so interesting. They come in and they go, so Terry, you provide signals. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, essentially. But then I try to give them a little bit more description than it's not just some sort of signal type of thing. You could take it manually. You could do it automatically. My trades never lose. What? Well, let me be sure that are you providing these signals via Telegram with a take profit and a stop loss? I'm like, no, yes, and no. What? I'm like, they are brand new traders. They're coming to my system, and they're forcing upon me this mind virus that they got from someone else. I'm like, are you a professional trader? I'm sorry, sir. Hold on. Are you a professional trader? No. But I've dabbled. I have a $200 account. Oh, you do? Okay. But you want to make sure that the signal I'm giving you is as fucked up as it can be. They're like, what? You don't have to be rude. I'm like, no. What you're telling me is you expect people to give you signals on Telegram with a take profit and a stop loss, because if you set a stop, you take a loss, right? I'm like, can you do me a favor? Can you come into my trading with a completely open mind? Especially if you're really new, and the only thing these people hear is you got to set a stop loss. I'm a good little boy. I set my stop loss. I got to trade, but my stop loss is set. Oops. Stop loss was hit. Okay. No big deal. So I got a $200 account. I lost $12. It's no big deal. Let's enter another trade. Make sure I set your stop. Be a good little boy and eat your vegetables. Set your stop loss. And oops, you took another loss. When you come into my trading, you need to let go of all of your bullshit. I am going to do it. I'm going to do it so uncomfortably for you that you will resist every movement until you realize, oh, I just won that. I just won again. Oh, that trade won. And then it goes completely the other side. Wow, this guy's amazing. All of his trades win. Let me bid $100 per pip on my $200 account. Oops. And then, what happened, Terry? I thought your trades always won. They do. What am I not telling you? Right? What's the unspoken word? You ever hear about that? What's the unspoken word? Let's say you're a male asking a female out on a date. Here's the best way to give you the unspoken word. You meet her on a Tuesday. No, let's say you met her on the weekend. You get her phone number. You call her on Monday. You talk. You're like, you know what? I'd like to take you out. How about Friday at 8 p.m.? I'll come get you, take you out. She says, Friday at 8? That's great. You talk for a little while, and at the end of the call, she goes, hey, about our date Friday at 8 p.m., go ahead and message me at 6 p.m. if you can, and just make sure I was able to get off of work. Okay. All right, I'll talk to you then. What was the unspoken word that you probably don't fucking get from any of that example? What's the unspoken word? The unspoken word is she has a lot of other fucking options all week long. And that if all of her options run out, she wants you to remind her, because she will have already forgotten about you by then. She wants you to remind her at 6 p.m. about that date you guys have at 8. That's the unspoken word. What's the unspoken word? You like my dating advice? What's the unspoken word of what I'm telling you when I say we don't lose? Well, I'm assuming you're not overbidding on your $50 account that has 10 leverage from a U.S. broker. I'm assuming you're not doing that. Surely you're not that dumb, are you? Probably not. Well, also, well, I'm not dumb. I'm conservative. Okay, that's fine. My trades don't lose. Period. The fine print, the part I'm not telling you, the unspoken word, is I don't know what you're going to do with it. I can't begin to know your traumas or triggers or your fear of money, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. Your fear of loss because you have failed to win up to that point. However, I certainly could give you some guidance and say what you should bid. Maybe what you should try to do. You won't want to do it. You know, people want to start a $100 account and go, well, what's the bid? I'm like, minimum, right? On one pair. Well, how much can I make? On a $100 account, you can make about $10 a month. What do you expect? So here's the gambler's guide to the Forex Galaxy concept. You increase your odds of winning by two things you have control of. Are you ready? Write this down. Don't forget it. Two things will increase your odds through the roof. And that's really all you're trying to do, right? Bid the least you can with the most amount of money. If I go to the casino, I start out at the lowest bet with the biggest bankroll. Like, I'll give you an example. I'll go to the craps table, I'll do a $3,000 bankroll, and I'll walk away with $500 profit. And people are like, $500 profit for $3,000 bankroll? I see people doing $100 and turning it into $500. That's certainly possible. Your odds are shit at that point. So it's the same thing with Forex. What should my account be? As big as you can muster. What should your bid be? As low as you can bid. And you will survive forever. The problem with Forex, when you compare it to investing in the investor world is everybody wants fucking insane returns. Everybody wants insane returns. Go ask your average investor what their yearly return is. It's probably somewhere in the 5%, 8% range. It's probably, they're happy with that. They're happy with that. Completely happy with that. You could put certainly could put you could put a Forex algorithm on a $10,000 account at a 0.01 lot size and probably do pretty well. However, you won't do it. You won't do it. You feel like Forex is supposed to give you a 10% a month return or a 20 or a 50% a month return. That's what you think. Here is why I am a hyper conservative trader. I know that the market, the Forex market, can be, is, will be again, has been, could be, very volatile. So my algorithm was designed for me to be able to trade conservatively and not lose because I'm at the casino bidding the least amount with the largest bankroll. That's who wins. You bid the least amount with the largest bankroll. I'm probably not going to, I'm just going to paraphrase here instead of being specific on math. I could have set something up, but here's the deal. If I can do 10% a year on my Forex account, hyper conservative, let's think about what I actually have. This is a lot bigger than 10%. I still have my principal balance. I've got an ROI that I can then hold in Bitcoin and get this much ROI. And eventually, my hands are way out here. Okay? That's the game. That's the game. Conservative ROI from your Forex held in Bitcoin. I'm choosing my words very specifically here. Boy, I really wish I could say what I want to say. Conservative Forex trading held in Bitcoin has a potential to earn you 150% a year. Even at a shit year, it's 40 or 50%. That's probably what you should be doing. It's probably what you should be doing. It's the tough thing is, as a business owner and wanting to put my algorithm out there and build a community, which is what I'm doing, is that I know you have to sell people what they want and then educate them on what they need. It sucks. It pisses me off. People want to get rich. People want to learn a strategy. People want to know what your stop loss is. I don't do any of that stuff. You're not getting rich doing it. I don't have a stop loss, and you're not getting my strategy. You can't do my strategy manually. It must be an automated algorithm. It must be. What are you, fucking crazy? You just sit there and stare at the computer all day? Done that before. So, 15 minutes from now, the news will be launched. Let's go jump over to, I'm not going to stay on that long. Let me pull up gold real quick here. Oh, I guess I got to add it. Metals, here we are, gold. I just want to pull this up and look at the chart. Because we are going to look at this. Let's look at it on a shorter time frame. 15 minute. Who knows what's going to happen? I'd like to see some I would like to see some movement in 15 minutes from now and at the 45-minute from now mark. I'd like to see it. I think we're so far down there's probably not enough movement to get all the way back up there. However, if you look at history, you go to the day chart, this is where we're at right here. Look at this candle. Actually, let me actually capture the wick on both ends. Look at that candle. Could we move from here to here today? We certainly could. There's enough. I mean, you see it over here. If I could measure that, that is massive. That is massive. Could we get that much movement up to here, which is really where I'd like to go today? Good luck. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to me. I hope it does. Even at this point, I've gotten so deep into this trade that even if it goes all the way up to here, I'm at break even, which is fine. It's better than, taking, in my case, a $25,000 loss. Yeah, I went in deep on this one. You learn your lessons. I have the ability to manage it. The only thing I screwed up is I should have been hedging up here, and I didn't. I started hedging down here. Is what it is. That's why all of the potential hedge losses I took down here, I'll make them back if we get back up to here. Who knows? I'd love to see it. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go over to the live stage inside the group. If you guys want to join me, I'm just going to pull up the chart. I just want to see what happens. I'm not going to look at it on the day. I'll probably look at it on maybe the 30-minute, 15. Let's go look at the 15-minute. Yeah, so if you want to come on over to the group, I'll open up the live stage, and we'll just watch this for 13 minutes from now and then 30 minutes after that. So Joshua in the comments says, Terry's lives are the best. Am I entertaining today? Did you catch the answer as to whether Santa is trans? He, in fact, is transcontinental when he travels and delivers gifts. Glad you guys could join me. I'll see you inside the group if you want to join me on the live stage for the Gold News Announcement Suicide Watch. I'll see you there.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.